Now I'm going to be even more succinct, and we're going to swing down the line very quickly, 30 seconds each, no more. Please, with your one key message you want us to take away with lunch. Please, from the top there, Your Excellency. Very briefly.
Yeah, thank you. After that, perhaps maybe one has to say that, look at, I take everybody, because the situation in Africa is different, let's be at a household level and look at a rural development program. Today, water people come. Tomorrow, the infrastructure people come. Following day, the food security people come. So the household doesn't have any other time. So the integrated approach, I think, is very, very important, and it is key. Thank you.
One integrated approach. Please, Thomas. Very quick.
Yes. We have a lot of examples that we could learn from where the Nexus approach has been adopted. I think we need to learn from it and try to upscale it. And underlying it is to ensure that ecosystems are in place and are maintained.
Okay, let's hope the new water operational strategy from UNEP is another tool to help us to do that. Please,
Thank you. Actually, the message that I carry with me back home to Turkey is that the more we are in touch with the practices in other countries, the more we are likely to be exposed to mistakes. Because sometimes we are focused on what we are doing at the national level. It may look like a good performance, but when you compare it with other countries, it may not look as a good performance. So exchange of experience is very important.
Okay. Learning from each other and benchmarking. Okay, I'm going to jump over Alan for a moment, and I'm going to come back to you. Jane, please.
Actually, I want to announce a pledge.
So please.
Do you want to? Okay.
Quick.
So I wanted to celebrate the fact that 3 major river basins, the Niger Basin Authority, Senegal Basin, OMVS, and the International Commission for the Protection of the Danube River have committed to work with Wetlands International and many others to support the concept of ecosystem-based approach to water resource management, to further develop it, further exchange on tools and approaches, both internally and with other basins around the world, to share experiences and lessons learned, and to so continue the process that was started by this forum.
Okay, thank you very much, and I hope the word Nexus goes in there somewhere as well. Please, Diego Bravo.
Bueno, las ventajas de estas inversiones que alguien preguntaba pues son evidentes. Que en una ciudad de 8 millones de personas se abra la llave y salga agua es algo que es beneficio para todos. Pero hay que tener en cuenta todos los demás aspectos. Luego, la gestión integrada es fundamental. El mensaje de la integración es fundamental. Hay que seguir insistiendo en eso.
Okay. Accelerating access, so please, Rodney.
Yeah. Ushi says we have a consensus on the Nexus, but the Global Water Partnership said, isn't it a race to the bottom and a vicious cycle? And I'm afraid GWP is not alone with that sentiment. But the point here, ladies and gentlemen, is it's poverty that drives the short-termism of those farmers taking the vicious cycle. We can only move ahead if those farmers, like the politicians, are prepared to think a little beyond today. Poor people have only one problem: what to eat now. If they have access to land and water, if they can access markets, then they look after their land. We see this repeatedly in IFAD. Poor people are not stupid people. Poor people have children. Poor people think of the future if they can survive today. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to remember that rural development is also the route to the virtuous cycle, and hence the route for politicians. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd also like to refer you to that booklet, which does have some examples of some solutions, and to the background document prepared for Bonn, which has a number of other emerging solutions as well. Dilip, please, your take-home message.
I will give you a short concluding message that implementation of ideas and action-oriented programs which we discussed today, they are needed to be implemented at ground level. And capacity building is perhaps the most essential things in future.